Hello, my friends. Brought you to a beautiful spot at the Grand Hyatt Hotel where I'm doing my thing I do, camping out for a few hours to be in a beautiful spot. But I brought you to a beautiful spot, the ponds, the koi ponds here, to talk about a heavy subject, which is pain. As I mentioned in my last video, just went through COVID, my girlfriend and I, and it was an incredibly painful process, like really painful, to the point where I actually have never seen another human being in this much pain as I saw her. And it ended well. Long story. I took some medication, verboten medication that actually worked beautifully, and the pain abated. But there was for me, there was about 4 days of heavy pain, like heavy pain. And to the point where it was difficult in moments to do anything, like moments, hours of not doing anything. Couldn't watch television even, or listen to something. And heavy fever and all of that. But I wanted to talk for a moment about the Buddhist notion of pain and how there is the pain itself. And then there is the suffering of the suffering. This is something the Buddha taught about. The suffering of the suffering. So it's not just that you have the pain, it's that a voice in your mind is screaming at you, this should not be happening. And then the next moment it says, this should not be happening. And then the next moment it says, this should not be happening. All day it's screaming this at you. Do you know what I'm talking about? I think you do. And remember, fatigue is pain too. Actually, nobody talks about that. Fatigue is pain. So the suffering of the suffering is an optional process. It's a thought form. It's a thought form that you are creating. This should not be happening. Rather than, I'm sick. It's happening. Period. End of sentence. But when we go into a less conscious state, I mean, it's kind of obvious. Of course it should be happening. I've got an illness and the illness is strong. Of course I have pain. But when it's screaming at us like that, we have dropped into a kind of unconscious state. This is where mindfulness is your friend and can save your butt. Because if you drop out that second level of screaming, and then you're just in pain, I'm not saying it feels good to feel in pain. By definition, it doesn't. But it's simpler. It's a lot simpler. This should not be happening. Okay, thank you. Give me a break. All right, this is pragmatic. These are skills you can learn. A lot of you do not have these skills, to be honest. I'm not trying to drag you down. I'm just saying you don't have these skills. You need these skills. Then you can undergo tremendous levels of pain with a lot more capacity, right? Like that video I sent, did you watch it? Of the Buddhist master in extreme pain, right? That was a couple of videos back. How's he? Very happy. Very, very happy. You can be happy too. You need to learn though.